Hey guys, V from Sharkfin Shears here. Thank you for tuning in to today's class where we're going to be doing a live haircut, bringing you tricks and tips that you can take this week and use behind the chair. I suggest taking one or two of these tricks, trying them out on a client this week, see how they work out for you. Have fun with it. We're going to have fun in today's class. And be sure to tune in every Monday or check out the YouTube channel so you can see the recordings as well. If you're in today's class, please stay tuned to the end. I want to give you a promo code that you can use on the website to shop around that'll help you out when purchasing a pair of shears. Sharkfin is dedicated to bringing education on the tools that you're going to be using behind the chair. I'll talk specifically about the shear that I use and why I like it. And I just want to let you know, again, before we get started, that Sharkfin has a shear for everybody, whether you're looking for a swivel or a non-swivel, a 5.5-inch shear up to a 7, and the different type of blending shears that we offer as well. There's something out there for everybody, and I want to make sure that you have the tool that you're comfortable with in your hand when you're working behind the chair all day. So again, stay tuned until the end. Thank you for tuning in today. And if there's anything in the future that you would like to see, hit us up on Instagram at Sharkfin Shears and let us know what you want to learn about. Let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back to another Monday class. It's 2025 and we're kicking off this year right. If this is your first time, my name is Vinny. These are Monday classes brought to you with live models, sponsored by Sharkfin. So shout out to Sharkfin. Thank you guys for all you've done. Looking forward to another exciting year. I got my guy Dan here today as a live model. I'm going to bring him down now. Here he comes, slowly but surely. What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you again. Grab a seat. Thanks for being here.
No problem.
Oh, Dan. All right. So I'm always excited about my models, as you guys know. I say it all the time. But, Dan, how long have we known each other for?
8 years?
At least.
Maybe 9?
Yeah.
I think 9. I lost count.
Yeah.
You're
So
just getting old, I guess.
that, yeah. You sat in my chair when I was still in the apprentice program or
After.
coming out of it?
After?
Yeah, coming out of it. All right. So you were one of the lucky ones. That's why you're still around, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah. So, and we'll jump into a little bit about yourself as well today, but longtime client and now a student at the school and almost graduating.
Yep.
So we'll talk about that a little bit too. So
Cool.
As a soon-to-be barber and a longtime client of mine, I'm a little surprised about the hat. So thanks for wearing that today.
No problem.
Let's pop that off.
You don't want to cut around it?
I mean, it would be an easier haircut, so I'm down for that. All right, what are we working with here?
A rat's nest.
When was your last haircut?
November 16th.
Okay. So, what are you looking to do? And that's long for you, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean,
Looking to keep the top long, I guess, and I don't know, probably just clean up on the sides, not down to skin or anything.
what have you been doing generally on the side? So we used to do low skin fades, mid skin fades.
Yeah.
So what have you been rocking with?
Last time I got 2 haircuts ago, I got a burst fade. I wasn't really feeling it. And
weren't a fan of that?
No. And
Okay.
then last time I just got I think just a 2 on the sides.
Okay.
Or maybe a 3. I didn't want to show skin because it's cold out.
Okay, so you're still looking to keep it a little longer? Okay. Now, the hair is
probably
very long on top.
Probably like a taper. I mean, just a taper works.
Okay.
Disconnect.
Okay, you're still disconnecting the haircut
Beard.
and then doing the beard work?
Like a beard, like disconnect my sideburns with my.
Okay. Cool. Well, we're actually going to turn this into a 2-part tutorial. So we're going to focus on your hair now, and then we're going to film the beard, and we're going to do a 2-part series for you since you got the hair and the beard rocking right now. Okay, so you want to keep this disconnected. You haven't had a haircut since November 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
We're 2 months, almost at 2 months. Okay, so we can lose some length on the top, but you want to keep most of the length.
Yeah, I want to hide my
Yeah.
light inside at the back of my head, and I've been very good doing that with how long my hair has been.
Okay, so we're still paying attention to a little bit of the lightened back and making sure that stays covered. Okay, cool. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what I'm seeing here. Des, can you give me a little bit of a pan right here?
Yes, sir. Dan, you're looking pretty emo right now.
Yeah. All right. So Dan wants to let's just confirm and recap what we're talking about here. It's been 2 months since the haircut. We're not doing skin anymore. So, but we are going to go shorter on the sides. We're going to keep it longer on top. It's going to be disconnected. So we're going to section that out. And what I want to show everybody at home and for anybody watching here is this is pretty common. The bang is actually shorter on the cheek here in that front area than it is back towards the ear. And what I like to do here, I like to create a 0 degree guide here, and I like to go more of a short to long here. So what that is going to produce when the haircut is finished is we know that this front hair needs to reach further back to lay, but where the hair from the middle and the back are going to lay, we don't need it to be as long for it to kind of sit where we want it to. And again, we are going for a disconnected look, so that's fine. But if I want the hair to sit about here to almost look blended, then pulling the hair from the side here, this can get cut almost about 1 inch, and then as we move slightly forward, it'll decrease. So I create a 0 degree here. That gives me the shape on the side. That gives me the ability to position the hair when it's styled. Are you still kind of styling it like this? Over to the left,
Yeah.
back, and then you pomp it still a little bit?
Yeah. It has I do like the waterfall thing, and when it curls, it kind of just drapes this way, and I just brush it.
Okay, cool. Okay, so down a little bit and back.
Yeah, so it's the wave rides over the undercut.
Cool. Sweet. Now, on the undercut, are you shaving right up to the part, or are you leaving a little bit of hair under the part a little bit? We've done both before. On this side, it looks like you've left, I don't know, are you leaving a little bit of hair still here?
Yeah, I'll leave it. I like to kind of like the blowout, I guess you could say. I don't know, when I'm like 5 haircuts in one.
Okay. Yeah, you like to mix match it up a little bit, so I'm just trying to get that picture back. Okay, so I can leave a little bit of hair here, but it's going to be completely disconnected from the top, no blend. And then same thing on this side. So the top hair, the long hair on top will have something to sit on, but not a ton. And then no skin, but we can kind of do a taper. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, sweet. Well, let's get started. Love it. Good consultation, confirmation.
A disconnected taper, fade, blowout, pomp. I don't know.
Well, let's talk about it a little bit. So Dan, your haircut has always been a haircut. I talk about a couple of things. You can come out a little bit, Des, so I'm not just a talking chin. Thanks. Oh, there we go. All right. So disconnection is something you're going to see a lot. This is going to be disconnected from top and bottom. So those are going to be the areas that we're going to focus on. And then, yeah, Dan mixes a few things in. This is cut to style. I know that Dan styles his hair the same way every day, right? Mm-hmm. That's true. Because typically when I'm cutting and I'm cutting for a balanced haircut, then the client will be able to style their hair 2 to 3 different ways generally. With this haircut, it's cut exactly how he's going to style it. So we can kind of do some funkier things and get away with it. So we're going to cut it exactly how it's going to sit and go from there. So we're going to start with clearly sectioning out where the disconnection is going to be and the separation from the top and the bottom. This prep work is really important. I haven't cut like I said, I haven't cut Dan's hair in a long time, so I am going to use my discretion as to if someone had the part lower or the separation lower or higher, I'll make my professional recommendations. This last haircut was not my creation, so I am going to take the time to double check everything, and we'll go from there. So, Dan, you want to share anything a little bit about, like, I don't know, your story, what's going on? Like, tell us a little bit how you got to school, how it's going. Have you had any other professions before? And just kind of a little bit about your story.
Do we have time for all that?
You can give us the abbreviated version. I mean, you could tell us how many other careers were you looking into before you got here?
A lot.
What's your social security number?
7.
So what else did you do before barbering?
I went to school for collision repair.
Okay.
Kind of a waste of 2 years.
All right. And so that didn't work out?
Nope.
Okay.
Wasn't a fan.
What else? Anything else?
I went to school to be an EMT. Not a fan.
Okay.
For that, went to real estate school.
I forgot about that one.
Finished that. Not a fan. Went to school for marketing. Didn't like that. Changed my major. Graphic design. Not a fan. There's probably more I can't remember.
How old are you?
36.
Okay.
Think about that real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking about? You think this is it feeling a little different this time?
Yeah.
Like being in barber school and stuff?
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
And you're graduating when?
February something. Don't remember.
Cool.
Sometime in the beginning of February.
Can't believe it is.
I don't know.
What are you most looking forward to?
Having a good career and not school hopping
Yeah.
for six years straight.
Is there anything specific you're looking for, or anything you're excited for in, like, starting out the career and building?
I'm excited to explore all the cool options there are in barbering. Like, it's like an endless realm of possibilities of what you can do.
Sweet. So getting behind the chair first and then kind of exploring some stuff?
Yeah.
Anything specific that's catching your...
I find those hair replacement systems, like those glue-on rugs,
Yeah.
really cool, and I kind of want to get into that for some reason. Just like, not like permanently, but just like have the option of doing it, because I just think it's like a cool kind of thing to help people who have that problem.
Well, I mean, we definitely can understand, like, I mean, I've always enjoyed messing around with my hair and whatnot. So, I mean, and when I get a good haircut, I feel better and stuff, you know? So to be able to help people out with, like, that are losing their hair or completely bald or, you know, whatever. And I mean, that's huge.
And being here at school, just doing like all the volunteer stuff we do for like people less fortunate, for who don't really get haircuts. It's like, that's something I really love doing. Like when we go do, we take the bus out to do like stuff for the community.
Yeah.
I love doing that. It's awesome, and the people are like super grateful, and it makes me feel good when I do it.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. That's awesome.
Because every time there's one of those volunteer opportunities, you can always ask Paul. My hand's always first one up.
Good. All right, guys, real quick. So this is my horseshoe section for Dan for his head shape. This is where we're going to have it disconnect. I'm going to focus completely on the bottom. As you can see, I did section it slightly different than the last haircut. I think this is a little bit of a cleaner section. And we're gonna leave a little bit of hair here, so almost like we're building for a normal haircut. And but again, we're gonna leave the top extremely long for that disconnect. So I'm gonna rock out with a 3.5 on my rotary. That's gonna keep it dark, and then work my way down around the ear. He doesn't want to see skin, so I'm gonna avoid that, and we'll go from there. No moles on the head, right?
Nope.
All right, cool. Let's rock and roll. So what's been, I don't know, you're almost done school, so how have things been going, or what's been the most interesting part, surprising part?
As you know, I'm in Quakertown, the Quakertown Cop cutting, and I'm at the Quakertown Cop cutting.
Yeah.
Everyone there has been awesome, helping me out. And
Well, so you can tell these guys a little bit. So you're starting to get some time behind the chair.
Yep.
And what's been like the biggest, I think this is actually a really good talking point. You know, a lot of people that are watching these videos are students. So what's been the biggest difference for you or adjustment from cutting at school to going into the shop?
Probably pressure.
You feel the pressure?
Yeah.
Okay. And how has that like kind of come into play for you?
Just trying to put together everything I've learned to use, like, oh, I can do this with that, or I can, you know what I mean?
Well, do you feel like you kind of forget your basics?
Yeah,
like with the pressure a little bit?
Yeah,
like,
sometimes it's, and then like I'll ask somebody and they'll be like, oh, and I'm like, oh yeah, duh, I knew that.
Right. No, I hear you. I think
And I get a lot of aha moments. So it's like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's awesome, right? When you're behind the chair. No, I think the psychology behind leaving school and then entering into a shop, and at school we charge $10.
Mm-hmm.
In the shops we're charging $25, $30 for those initial haircuts. I moved down to a 1.5, guys. So 1.5 is the lightest clipper I'll go to, so that I can give some type of dimension to the haircut. So it's a 3.5 up here, 1.5, and we'll do a 1 3/4 and a 2 in between. This will just give the haircut a little bit of dimension. We'll taper out the sideburns and the nape. Keep it kind of simple for Dan, but again, it is winter. So this haircut will look fresh. It'll stay tight for about 7 days, and then it'll grow in real nice for him. So I like that for this haircut. So again, we'll do a 1.5. We'll go in between with the 1 3/4 and a 2. Scissor cut the top the way we need to disconnect it. Going around the ear here, really being mindful that I'm only using about 1/3 of the clipper. So angling that top part of the clipper away to make sure that I can stay at the height that I want. Clipper control is really going to be key when you're getting into fading, but even just kind of doing a more of a basic cut like this, like a 1.5 to a 3. If I had my adjustable, like a Wall Magic Clip or a Babyliss Low Pro in my hand, I'd be using maybe like a closed 1 to like a closed 3, and using the clippers in between. But back to what we were talking about a little bit, the psychology from moving from school to the shop and charging more prices. And I don't know how people are doing it at school, but like how many haircuts in a 5-hour period are you going to do at school?
It depends. I've had none, some I've had 4. Probably I think I had 5 one time in school.
Yeah. Are you finding with the little bit of time that you've had, have you had more consistency with haircuts like back to back at the barbershop?
With like the same clients.
No, like you with the haircut, with the book that you have right now, like are you cutting like, you're cutting a 3 o'clock, a 4 o'clock, a 5 o'clock, like back to back to back?
Yeah, for the most part.
Because I think that's different. When you have clients that are like, it's like multiples in a row.
Yeah.
You got to keep it moving.
Yeah, you just gotta bust it out.
Yeah.
The also I'd say getting into a shop while you're in school is probably definitely a good key to do. Because it's like then you're like on the ball, and it's not like where as soon as you get done school you find something and then you're kind of in limbo and you kind of fall off the map. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's a tiny little bump inside his head when you saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a mole. And he said he doesn't have any.
Well, I forgot it was there. I'm sorry.
I remembered it was there. That's why I asked you.
Then why didn't you remind me?
I remembered that there was something on your head. And then as I was clearing out the clipper, I was like, yep, there it is.
You've known my head for 9 years, and you could have reminded me.
I needed a refresher. Jeez. I'm glad I didn't just like rip into it. Then we would have had to, go into universal blood precautions on this show, and I'm actually trying to avoid that right now.
Well, maybe some people need to learn that still.
Some people do need to learn it.
Yeah. All you need is duct tape
For universal
super glue,
Yeah.
and you're good to go.
Yep, this video is getting taken down. Did you hear what that guy said? If someone bleeds, you just need duct tape.
Hey, if it's on the internet, it's true.
Yeah, that's true. I saw it on TikTok. All right, guys, I got the 2 on now, so we're just blending in from the 1.5, 1 3/4. Like I said, this is subtle, but it's going to give the haircut a little bit of a dimension to it, and not just kind of flat one length. And we'll go in, taper this stuff in.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, if someone in dance position, a student, about to transition into a shop, what is the first thing you recommend them as a student to help build their book, especially even within the first week, or even ahead of time?
Well, I got a ton of things, but let's hear what Dan has to say. Okay, so here's the question. You're new to a shop. Well, let's just say you're new to a shop in general. What are some of the things that you're going to do to build a book?
I would say.
If you can't name 5 things,
Okay, now I'm feeling attacked.
yeah, you should feel the pressure right now.
I would say my go-to is when I'm done that haircut, walking up to the register and kind of help assist cashing them out and be like, oh, and then kind of just nonchalant ask, oh, when do you want me to book you for your next appointment?
Good. So pre-booking.
Kind of be pressuringly under pressure,
Okay.
I guess.
Well, you're offering the next haircut,
Yeah, I know.
right? So what else? So whoever sits in your chair, you are going to make sure that they come back by offering pre-booking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else?
Have a social media presence,
Cool.
like get on the TikToks.
Get on the TikToks.
Yeah,
Is that what the kids are saying these days?
I think so. I'm hip. You don't chap snap?
Nope.
Oh.
Not right now.
Oh.
All right. So social media presence. If anybody is sitting in your chair, you're going to pre-book them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're book building now. So that's good. What else?
Put a sign on your car. I don't know.
Drive around.
Yeah. Hand out discount cards.
Would you do that?
What?
Would you put a sign on your car?
No. I don't even put stickers on my car.
I mean, it actually is a really good idea, though.
I'd probably do one of those handle stickers on my window. Like that, you know how people have their Instagram handles on their cars?
Yeah.
Probably something like that.
Love it.
When I go to business expos, we have like our business cards that also act as contact cards.
Okay. That act as what?
Contact cards.
Oh, yeah.
So everything we recommend that the student do, have business cards that hand out to help with booking. So it's just really awesome.
So, yeah, I mean, of course, hand out business cards. You know, one of the things you can do,
The punch card things.
one of the things that I did was, okay, so if you're in the shop for, I mean, we were in the shop for 11 hours. We would work 10-hour days with a lunch. So we were in the shop for 11 hours. My book was slow, right? So if someone comes in, like Dan's saying, I'm pre-booking them because in 3 or 4 weeks, then I have a slot that's open, right? However, if I'm just sitting there and my book is open for, 2 hours or whatever, then I'm going out. I'm going to go get a coffee. But while I go get a coffee, that's when I would have a card. But if I meet somebody at the coffee shop, like I'm actively looking for somebody. Not only that, if I meet somebody, my last resort is to give them the business card. My first resort is, what are you doing right now? Can I give you a free haircut? My shop is right down the street, blah, blah, blah. And then if they're like, oh, hemming and hawing, well, man, I just got a haircut. Nah, I'm good. I just met you. Okay, well, my name's Vinny. I work down here. These are my hours. And the one thing that people miss, I think this is just a general good business practice, okay? Listen up, folks. It's one thing to give your information. It's another thing to get their information. So think about this. Every time you go on a website that you want to purchase something, they offer you 10% off for what?
Email.
Email. Why do they want your email? Because it's a contact. And it's really hard to get rid of that spam. I don't care how many websites say, oh, just click the unsubscribe button. It still is a pain in the butt. So anyway, getting people's information. So I would, what I've done and what I still do, even when I need models for like this class or whatever, is I get their information. I don't walk away with empty-handed. So I get their Instagram handle. I'll get their TikTok, whatever, where I can like message them for the future. And what I'll do is if they say no right then and there, I'll hit them up in like 2 weeks and send them a message. Hey man, just wondering if you were, interested in a haircut or need a haircut or something like that. You do that enough times, you'll build a book real quick. So that's one thing I would do. Yeah, if you're just sitting in the shop waiting for people to come to you, your book is gonna build on the slower side unless you're at a shop that's really busy. So if you're at a busy shop and they got walk-ins, now the way that our shops run and the brand that's kind of built, like people know us. So I would say even for someone like Dan, a new barber coming in, because our name's on the building, they kind of trust the people that are sitting in the chair. So if you're looking for a job, that's kind of an important thing to, look for. But yeah, man, you got to be out there talking to people. And, there's different theories on the whole, like, I don't want to steal your thunder. Do you have anything else to say? Because I'll keep talking.
No.
Okay.
You got it.
I know there's a lot of different theories out there on the whole like free haircut thing. I think giving somebody a free haircut on their first go round is an investment, and it's two things. You're either going to sit there and just wait for someone to come in, or you give a free haircut, which simultaneously does a few things. if you're learning anything on these shows and you're doing a free haircut, then you can try it out on that a little bit on that client if it's something that you saw in their hair that you wanted to try anyway. The other thing is you're investing in your future. So you're not getting paid on that one, but if a client comes and sees you every 4 weeks and then they book for the rest of the year and you get 11 more haircuts in, then there you go.
Yeah.
You're making your money back after the first 2 haircuts. So that's my theory on the. Now I'll tell you how you work this is, hey man, I'll give you a free haircut today. Thanks for sitting in my chair. Normally I charge blank. Let me book your next appointment. And next time you come in, it'll be $30, $35, $40, whatever it is. One of the easiest ways, and here's another funny thing, what I've learned with people, they don't like taking things for free. You guys ever notice that? If you've ever...
Makes it feel awkward.
It does, and they usually will give you like a bigger tip or something. You know, they'll give you that $20 cash tip or whatever.
$10, bro.
Yeah, so they'll throw money your way. People don't like taking stuff for free. They get real awkward with it. So, but anyway, what else can we do to build a book?
Cut it 2 down.
What's that?
Just cut it 2 down.
Oh, are we talking to me? I thought you were talking. Sorry. What'd you say?
What else would you do to get some people in the chair?
I don't know. What do you think?
You could, I guess. Not the clientele I'm really trying to attract, I guess. All right, guys, we are going to, okay, so we had a 3.5, 1.5, 1 3/4, 2 in between. Again, if I was doing it with an adjustable, if I did the whole haircut with an adjustable, I would have gone from about a 1 to a closed 3 and then done the taper. I'm a fan of the rotary. I'm not going to fully finish this, but I'm going to trim this up with some scissor over comb. Again, if you've watched some of my previous videos, this is a 6 1/4 double shark fin shear. This is my workhorse, my favorite. I can do finer detail like we are doing right now, and I can cut bigger sections as well. So this is my go-to right now. So I'm going to just polish this up a little bit. I'm removing, if you can see how this is a softer look and more blended, I'm removing the weight. So you can see this section up here. The length and weight is coming from the hair from that section. It's laying over top of the hair underneath of it right here. So this was all cut with a 3.5. So we're blending those together by elevating the hair, using the guide where I left off with on the head with the 3.5. And then what's really important about this type of work here is how big of a section you're working in. And then again, the elevation of the hair to create it's a little bit of a layer, and just removing that a little bit of that length, but a lot of that weight look. I am using the tighter side of my comb for tension, which is extremely helpful when you're doing polish work. And the other thing I want to share is when I took the 3.5 up, I did go up and I kind of softly left off of the hair and up and off. And that's going to create less of a weight line. So my polish work is going to be less. I'm not going to have to polish this as much. What I see with my students a lot, when they're going up and off the head, they will either go straight up and straight down, which will leave an extremely heavy line, or they go up and off and they C-stroke out really hard, which will create a harder line. And all you have to do for that, if that happens, you just have a little bit more work that you have to do to cut the hair to the actual length you want, and then you have to go in and polish it the way that I'm doing it now. So if you're finding that to happen, instead of going straight up and straight down or C-stroking out really hard, you can just soften the up and off bend that you do, and that'll help you with your polish work. So that's what we're leaving this at right now. So let's take down the top and get to the other thing we were talking about. Now, Dan, can you pop your glasses back on for a second?
I think they're over there.
Where? I thought you had them in your hand.
Did I? Oh, there they are. I got them.
Yeah, you don't have a mole on your head and you left your glasses over there.
Thank you for agreeing with me.
Jeez, this guy.
I'm always the victim, right?
All right, so how's that looking?
Good.
And that's not too tight?
Mm-mm.
Okay, cool.
Good to go.
Sweet, man. Thanks. So I always like checking in before I get to another section of the haircut. I like to do one haircut on people. When I was an apprentice and a young barber, I used to do 2 or 3 haircuts on people, and one of the biggest reasons was because I never checked in. So as I got better with my consultations and vision of a haircut, and then I would check in with clients, my haircuts went a lot smoother. I had more confidence. So my speed picked up and everything. So
like any relationship, communication is key.
Communication is key. Thank you, Des. All right. So now we got the top. And again, just kind of going back to this here. I like this front length right here. That's why I'm combing through so much. I kind of want to see where this hair is sitting. I like this length. I don't want to recut that. I'm actually going to use that as a guide. And then as you can see in the back, this is the hair from the top. It's actually not that far off from where I positioned that 3.5. And that 3.5 is going to act as my guide. So I'll show you guys how I do a simple A and a B to get the proper angle. All right. So the hair I'm about to cut is coming from the crown and the top of the head right here. We're going to cut that at a 0 length. So it's just a very, very low elevation. The low elevation is going to increase length as we go to the top of the head. So if you ever want to increase length in hair, we're going to cut it at low elevation. So right here is now going to be the guide, and like I told you, we're going to remove some length here from the side. What I would like to explain here is the back is not going to be this back here is going to be a heavy weight line, but if he combs it back, I don't want any hair sitting over top and falling down back here. I want it to sit all at one point. So I do want to take the time to explain that. Now that I have the back length and I have this bang length in the front, I have an A and a B. So this right here is going to be the angle. And as you can see, the middle is going to be the most cut off, the front's going to be the least, and then as we move towards the back, it's going to decrease a little bit too. So you can work back and forward. And one of the easiest ways to do it too, whatever this angle is, that's what your fingers need to mimic. So that's all we're going to do. This gets confusing for my students as well. The cutting angle is a short to long. Longer in the front, shorter towards the back. The hair that it's the angle or the elevation that the hair is sitting at is at a 0. So my cutting angle is short to long, but the hair is laying at 0, which is going to increase length. And that's pretty much what I was looking for. There we go. A little bit of that hat hair killing me here. All right, so Dan, pop your glasses on one more time, just so I can get a little bit of that style you're looking for. I know. What? Mess up this side a little bit, so. Like that. However, you're kind of, you kind of run your hands to it and rock it how you're going to rock it.
Like that.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay, so that length's good? Yep. Sweet. Love it. All right. So from there, I'm going to leave this bang out. What's been the hardest thing to learn at school with cutting hair?
Probably say clipper over comb.
Doing clipper over comb?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you had any cuts that have gone completely wrong for you?
In my eyes, yes, but if I ask for help, it's usually no.
Nice.
Because I tend to build up it more of a problem in my head than it really is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, what do I do? I screwed up their haircut.
So I've had, as I'm teaching, as I've been teaching and everything, I'm just going to explain this real quick. The hair that we cut at the 0 degree here, as I elevate now, is my guide. And because I want the hair on this side to reach over to the right, the cutting angle is going to be increased from short to long here. And some of this hair was actually already cut because his hair was so long and reaching over down here anyway on that 0. So that's it. One of the things we talk about a lot is you got to know what to leave on the head as well. That can be kind of a difficult idea as well. We don't always have to cut everything. So what I will do here, I will pull this hair, let this hair drop out, pull this hair all the way over here, and just create a slight layer. Yep, just that right there. If not, then this little corner will all sit in the same spot and it'll create a line straight down the head. Sweet. The spot in the back is covered that we wanted length for, so this is great. What was the last thing I was saying?
I don't remember.
Come on.
I don't know. Something about how really, really good looking I am?
Yeah.
Maybe?
That.
I don't know.
Des, what was the last thing I was saying?
Some about tough situations in recovering.
Oh.
No, I was close.
The twice this happened.
Thrice.
So in our school, when you do a when you do a consultation, you have to get your instructor, call them over. They have to confirm everything. If something doesn't really make sense to them, then they will double check the consultation, so on and so forth. So I had a student not confirm with me, and the gentleman said, I want a 2 all over. They didn't confirm that it was the side. They took the 2, put the clipper on the top of their head, started a buzz cut. That was not the haircut the guy wanted. Couldn't fix that. And pretty much the same thing happened with another client as well. Other than that, anything that's kind of happened in school, we've been somewhat able to like fix it.
But how did the client respond to that situation? He got a reverse law.
Well, when you come into school, it's known that you're in a school. So, all work is done by students. So, he was mad. But he sat there and took the haircut, and we tried to apologize our way out of it as much as we could, but there's there's only so much we could do. So, and then he left, and that was it. We were pretty fortunate for that.
I almost had that situation once, but the guy was cool. What happened? Oh, I bought new guards, and they had metric on them, and I grabbed my half guard instead of my 1.5 because it said 1.5 millimeters on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, 1.5, okay, that's my 1.5. And and I, instead of using my 1.5, I used my half guard. Yeah.
I got a story for that too.
So, yeah.
So I'm going to show this real quick. We have hair from about 3 sections all sitting in the same spot, and it's creating a lot of weight. So a little bit of polish work here. I'm going to slide cut this. When I bring the hair down, what I'm looking for is like large chunks and grouping of hair that if I remove a little bit of it, and I have the scissor about 1/3 open, and then on a slight angle towards the hair, and I'm just slide cutting it.
Yeah, you're a little bit too close to the camera. You just like trying to get too close to the side. So
Des, that's your job, bro. This is literally your job.
Oh no, Des, you have to get out of the chair.
Nah, where would we be without Des, man?
I know, I'm just...
Love it. All right.
You'd probably be famous by now.
Is that better?
Yes, better. That's good. I had the face tracking on.
I know.
Wow.
Well, being left-handed, I got to get on this side for this part of the hair. So we're just removing some bulk. We want to keep the length, but because all the hair is sitting in one spot, it's just getting real heavy. And I want a little bit more movement there for the way that Dan likes to wear it and all that. So again, we just kind of find these channels. The hair's going this way. So I'm going to slightly just turn the shear against it, open it about 1/3 of the way, and just move through the hair in those channels and just removing a little bit. So, all right. Dan, why don't you give me a final look here, man?
Where am I looking?
Oh, you can look in the monitor. Mess it up. How would you style it? Do all that?
Do you have a can of a hairspray, a blow dryer, a vented comb, and oh, never mind. Sorry.
Tell them how you style your hair seriously. So I know that. So you tell them what you use.
I use hairspray.
Do you put a base in?
No.
No base product?
No, I just do it wet. Well,
Okay.
Like right out of the shower. I let it air dry for like 5 minutes.
Yep.
When it's like at the right damp, I'll blow dry style it and with a round brush, and then cement it in hairspray.
Nice. So I do know when I have a client that I know does blow dry, and I know the style that they can achieve with their hair. Again, I know this haircut is going to require, for it to look good, that type of styling. So again, I know Dan blow dries. I know what he's going for. He's going to have variation in this cut, but it's going to be pretty much the same style. It's going to be over to the left, pomped a little bit. He can wear his wave down over top of the for the undercut. So that'll be good. All right. So we're going to wrap this up. I'm just looking at taking care of the eyebrows. It's one thing we do in the shops.
Oh, cool. I have 2 now.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's it for Dan's haircut right now, guys. And we are going to put Dan back up on the
Chopping block?
No, on the channel. Well, we're going to keep you here, and then we're going to move into the beard. We're going to do that as a separate tutorial because your beard is something to take care of. Well, you got to take care of your beard, brother.
Ow!
Got to take care of this thing.
I'm getting attacked right now.
Cool.
Violence.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in today. Dan, thank you again so much for being here. 2 months after a haircut. I hope you're happy with this.
I am, thank you.
Disconnected, tight around the side, not crazy on the skin. Completely disconnected, looking for the pomp, cover a little bit of a blemish spot in the back, and yeah, just be able to rock it, blow dry it, hairspray it, all that stuff. Again, rocking the 6 1/4 shark fin, double shark fin shear. Love this. Was able to slide cut this back left corner because of just some heaviness and bulking from so much hair sitting in one spot. And we took an approach from the side with the 0 degree with a short to long look so that he can wear his hair back, and then elevated the hair and then kept our cutting angle on a short to long so that the hair can reach its proper destination. So hope you guys enjoyed today's class. Again, if you have anything that you specifically want to see, please reach out to us, education@sharkfinshears.com, or on Instagram @sharkfinshears. And if you have any questions about any of our equipment, we have something for everybody, like we said in the intro. So please take a look at sharkfinshears.com if you're shopping around. So we'll see you guys next Monday. Take care. Say bye, Dan.
Bye, Dan.